Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the All We Do Is Talk podcast. We are here with the MLB postseason. In my opinion, the greatest time for sports. You have all of these going along. And what makes it special is the baseball postseason. I'm here with Isaiah. What's going on, man?
What's up? What's up, Eric? We got a new baseball format that I'm glad to be here to discuss with you. The first ever 12-team MLB playoffs, soon to be 16 probably at this rate. But we'll get there when we get there. You want to break down this new bracket for us, this new style?
Yeah, so it's pretty much where the two top seeds in each league get a bye, and then 4 plays 5, 3 plays 6. Pretty much how it goes down. I think division winners are the top 3. Like if you win the division, no matter what your record is, you're a top 3 seed. I guess let's go over kind of what we said preseason. I guess we'll go all of our cold takes and then takes we got right. Isaiah, I'd say your coldest take is definitely the Angels take.
We just wanted to bring that up. We didn't have to
I
talk
wanted
about
to
the
bring it up.
playoffs here. We didn't have to discuss about them.
Well, like my cold take is both my teams for the World Series made it, but my Philadelphia Phillies World Series, they barely made it in. All right, so actually let's just keep it going to the National League. The St. Louis Cardinals, I told you they were going to win that division. The Cardinals versus the Phillies. It's a best of 3 in this first round. And I'm already going to go against my World Series pick. I think St. Louis wins in 2. I think this is easy. Phillies defense is so bad. It's hard to watch.
Yeah, hopefully we can get some good games from Bryce Harper. But yeah, Rhys Hopkins, Bryce Harper, we'll see how they do. You know, Bryce Harper's never been a great playoff player, so hopefully he could overcome that narrative. But I agree with you. St. Louis is just going to overpower their defense with their offense, and this should be done pretty quickly. 2 games, maybe pretty 3 easy. If Bryce Harper's got to win a game to earn some money. He's got to earn some of that $300 million somehow in the playoffs. Yeah. But I'll go with. I think that's chalk. We'll go chalk there.
Yeah. Moving on. Excuse me. San Diego against the New York Mets. I told you in the preseason and continuing through this season, the Mets are gonna Mets. They collapsed their 10.5 lead that they built up in June. Lost it in the last few days of the season. It cost them a first-round bye, Isaiah. It cost them a first-round bye. Now they got to face a tough San Diego squad. I think this is the matchup of the first round. Personally, I think this one will go 3. I'm gonna take the New York Mets to go through the first round. I think just DeGrom and Scherzer in a 3-game set, man. Like, I think that this is where they were built to. Because if they held the division, they would have avoided the Dodgers to the NLCS. But now and then they would have to play in the next round.
I'm mad you're talking about Mets go Mets, but pick the Mets. I think the Fernando Tatis suspension / injury does in the Padres' hair. They have to wait till next year. Right. I'm picking the Mets easily, and I might be spoiling it, but I think I'm going to be picking the Mets a lot in this preview show. So I'm taking the Mets to win in 3. I think this will be a tough series. I think they'll show some heart. I think either Scherzer or DeGrom will choke a game. DeGrom's been terrible this back end of the season. New Yorkers are ready to throw him over the bus.
He's going to sign with Atlanta in the offseason.
Yeah, so he's got to earn his money, though. So him or Scherzer, somebody's going to blow one of those games because the Padres have a good lineup. But I think the Mets, they get the job done.
That's crazy you say easily. But, all right, so in the NL, that leaves us with St. Louis versus Atlanta. And then the Mets versus the Dodgers. So let's go over to the AL. The 5 versus 4 matchup. Toronto versus Seattle. At least my Seattle, them winning the division, at least they made the playoffs, so they didn't make me look dumb. I appreciate you. Thank you. But I'm going to take Toronto. I'm going to be picking Toronto a good amount. Did I pick Philly or did I pick Toronto to win it all? I forget. I knew that was my World Series matchup, but I'm going to go Toronto pretty easily over the Mariners.
I want to pick Toronto because I want to see Springer versus Houston in the second round.
I want the best matchup for Houston.
But Seattle didn't miss the playoffs all these years to show up and go one and done.
Yeah,
they did it.
I mean, congratulations for the longest playoff drought, snapping that. But
yeah, I'm gonna take Toronto in 3 and hedge. I'd hedge heavily. I could see Seattle showing some heart, but I'm gonna take Toronto because I just think they're a better overall team, and I want to see Springer versus his old team, and I want to see Vlad Guerrero in the playoffs. So
yeah,
I know Seattle's got some young guys that are really good, but none of these guys are battle tested except for George Springer. So I'll take Toronto, but really wanted to pick Seattle, but just took the better team because I think it's Toronto. But this is the playoffs, so it's tough.
All right. Yep. Moving on to the 3 versus 6 matchup, the division winners of the Cleveland Guardians. Wow. One of the lowest payrolls in the MLB. They were trashed all offseason for not spending money. And here they are as the 3 seed winning the division. They're going up against the 6 seed Tampa Bay Rays.
They did play in Toronto last year.
Yep. Oh, God. I'm going to go with the Rays. I think I can't have all chalk on this. I think they play with different math. They've been in the postseason the past few years and been successful. That is scary for them to face. No, if the Rays win, they'll play Houston and then Toronto. Wow.
No. If the Rays win, they'll play the Yankees.
Okay,
they don't reorder.
Okay,
it doesn't reorder.
Okay, so then I got the Rays in 3.
All right, since you're going with the Rays and I was gonna go with the Rays, we can't have all 4 of the same picks. I'm gonna switch my Seattle pick, and I'm gonna go with the Mariners to go to the second round in 3, and I'll go with Tampa Bay in 2. I think Tampa Bay is built for the playoffs. Their analytics work their magic the best in the playoffs.
It's insane.
So that's what I'm gonna bet.
That's insane, bro.
Until it's the World Series or the ALCS. So the first 2 rounds, their analytics work better than anything else. So I'm going to take Tampa Bay. You took them. Not much more to say about that. I think the Guardians had a good season, but I also think Chicago kind of imploded. Who else is in that division? The division's bad already, and Chicago imploded, and then Minnesota imploded. So I think Cleveland kind of got him.
The AL Central winner the past decade has never succeeded in the playoffs because I guess it's different this year because it was kind of closer, but the winners always had it wrapped up by early August. Yeah. I mean, that's what happened to the White Sox last year.
So, yeah, I'll go just so we can have something that's different. I will go with Seattle, and you could take Tampa Bay. I mean, we'll both go with Tampa Bay.
All right. Well, let's just name the AL since we're here. Houston, according to me, will host Toronto. I'm gonna take Toronto to beat Houston in a 5-game series. Yeah, this is just pure selfishness right here because I want the Yankees to go to the World Series. So I need the Astros not to play the Yankees.
So you're gonna go with
Toronto.
Do I think Seattle? I'm gonna go with Seattle. I'm gonna go with Seattle. No, I'm joking. Houston to the ALCS. I think they've been there every year for the last 6 years.
Something like that.
Yeah. So give me Houston, and if the Yankees want to go and win anything, they're gonna have to beat this team to get there and prove to make up for some bad series that they've lost in the past prior years. So give me Houston easily in 2, really, versus either team.
It's a 5-game series.
In 3, yeah. In 3 or 4, in an easy game, in an easy series, Houston uses the bye to get ahead. And as for the Yankees versus Tampa Bay, in my opinion, we're both moving Tampa Bay along actually because we want the Yankees to beat a divisional opponent, and so we'll be rooting heavily for Tampa Bay. So if I'm bringing Tampa Bay there, so the Yankees just can beat them. And that's all I got to say about that. Hopefully the Yankees avoid, any slips or bumps in the road because they have lots of injuries to pitching, in the bullpen, and in the starting rotation. But I think the lineup will do enough to beat up on Tampa Bay. And that's when the analytics probably start to crack a little.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Yankees in 4. I need Judge to put out this postseason. Sheesh. Okay, he always does. He's always been a good performer, but
And
this
so
year,
Stanton.
yeah, and this year more than ever, please, Judge, let's go off. You're gonna have to carry the team a little bit more than usual. Probably no DJ. Like there's some not big depth in the lineup that you think DJ's out. You're relying on a lot of young guys, and I don't trust IKF. So
Yeah, I
I'm
will
still gonna
say
go. Yeah, I'm still gonna go Yankees in 4. We both have the same ALCS.
if the
So
Yankees lose that series to Tampa Bay, you
Judge is leaving.
you fire everybody. You really need to clear house. But yeah, you wasted a window. You clear house. They really can't afford to lose and not be in the CS
Yeah.
at best. So do you want to go to the NL?
Yeah, let's go to the NL. So we both had St. Louis versus Atlanta. I'm going to go Atlanta in 5. I think they're a better team. I love their lineup and how they construct and build windows through their contracts. I think they're a much deeper lineup, and I love the top of their rotation a little bit more.
Yeah, I think Atlanta's got a better rotation and a better lineup. I think Atlanta's got one of the only the Dodgers and a healthy Padres have a better lineup than the Atlanta Braves. And
Correct.
it's close. It's like really, really close. Like you're splitting hairs. It's 1, 2, 3, and then a dip off before you get to like the Yankees and Houston. But yeah, I take Atlanta easily. I don't think they're gonna have the same amount of playoff luck as they did last year with the amount of home runs they hit. I think the missing of Jock Peterson and who won the
But they got
World Series
Acuna.
MVP. They got Acuna back, which is big, but they lost Jock Peterson. And he was doing lots of work last year in the
The
postseason.
Pearls.
And they lost who was the MVP of the World Series? And
Jorge Soler.
yeah, they lost him, and they lost the guy who was the MVP of this NLCS too. I think
Freddie
was it
Freeman.
Freddie? Yeah, oh yeah. Come on, they got back Acuna.
They got Matt
and
Olson, so they plugged in a corner first baseman. He's really good, and
he's really good, but he's not playoff proven. I've seen Matt Olson in the playoffs.
He's played for the A's. No, you haven't. He's played for the A's. You have not seen him in the postseason.
Were they not in the postseason a couple years ago?
I don't think so.
We'll have to fact check that one, but I feel like we've seen Matt Olson in the postseason for the A's, and they got demolished by the Houston Astros. I'm pretty sure that's what happened, but I could be wrong. But I'm gonna take Atlanta because I still like their lineup, and we can move on to
the
Mets
Dodgers
versus LA versus New York.
Yeah,
I'm taking New York. I'm taking
You're
New York.
Nuts.
I'm taking New York. The Dodgers choke every year that isn't a bubble year. Clayton Kershaw will be playoff Clayton Kershaw. You know what that looks like. And they're banged up. The Dodgers are banged up. The lineup is still amazing, still stacked. But, they could go cold. And I think the Dodgers have the pitching and Scherzer and DeGrom to single-handedly win 3 games with those guys. Mets in 5, and there'll probably be some crazy historical blunder by the Dodgers manager that costs them the series. I'm just going to go with chalk here with history, and I'm going to ride the Mets. I'm going to go with the Mets here. Go ahead and tell me why I'm crazy.
You're crazy because the offense that the Dodgers can put out past game 1 and 2 is going to be unmatched for the Mets.
But if they win 1 and 2, if the Mets win their starts with Scherzer and DeGrom, and they might not get them right away, they might have to wait till game 2 and 3 to get those guys going. But if they could get one of those guys out, probably DeGrom on 3 days rest, they can win 3 games with DeGrom, Scherzer in a 5-game series.
I don't know,
especially with DeGrom on a contract year.
And I don't like how they're limping into the playoffs. You have them rolling like they're hot, and they're just not a hot team right now. That's what like the Braves were last year, man. The hot streakiness, I think, is the biggest invasion.
I know we've seen it with the Giants when we've seen it with the Giants 3 times growing up. I know we've seen it where you got to get hot, but I recall the Yankees limping into the postseason when they won their last World Series title all those years ago. I don't even want it. All those years ago. So it's hit or miss. The playoffs in baseball are the most hit or miss things ever. They really, except for when the Houston Astros are cheating and nobody knows it. Then the only thing that's missing is all the other teams hitters. But I'm gonna go with New York because I'm going somewhere with this.
I already know what agenda you're pushing. All right, so let's stick in the NLCS. I am going the Atlanta Braves to beat the Dodgers and come back to the World Series. And there's going to be a plot in the other one. Atlanta, I think, will win this. Again, I like their lineup. I think their lineup can beat the shit out of this Dodgers rotation. I truly, truly do.
And in my matchup, I have the Mets versus Atlanta. And I'm gonna keep. I'm. If you see what I'm doing here, I'm going somewhere with this, but I'm gonna keep banking on Scherzer and DeGrom. And that's really it. I'm gonna keep banking on those guys to get rode to the ground in this postseason. And I'm gonna take the New York Mets over the Atlanta Braves, defending champion Atlanta Braves. And I'm picking the Mets to go to the World Series out of the NL. It sounds crazy, but it's been a while since we've seen a Subway Series, World Series.
We're not even in the American League yet.
But I just have to give a nice little, teaser.
Yeah. But yeah, let's go to the ALCS. I have the Yankees versus Toronto, and of course, I had the Yankees winning in 6. I want the narrative to be they beat 2 divisional teams and beat
like
that
the Red Sox did
the
last time they won. The last time they won a championship, like the Red Sox did the last time they won a championship.
So I want them to beat that ass all the way through and meet the Atlanta Braves in the World Series where the Yankees were beating that Atlanta ass in the 1990s.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Yankees over the Astros because it's now or never.
This is gonna get roasted if this don't happen. This is gonna get roasted if this don't happen.
It's now or never. I'm begging. I'm not even really predicting. I'm begging. I'm begging the Yankees to beat the Astros one of these years. This is gonna be the 4th chance they get. Yeah. Maybe the 4th chance they get. If they don't do it this year, with Judge about to win the Triple Crown / breaking the home run record, they're never gonna do it. So I'm begging the Yankees to go to the World Series for the first time since 2009. That's all I'm asking. The team that spent the most.
Really though. All right. So go with your World Series. Who is your champion out of the Subway Series?
I guess I gotta keep riding the wave that I rode all the way here. It sucks to say it. I think the Yankees won it the last time, but I'm going with the Mets. I'm going with the Mets. I can't predict the Yankees.
Crippling, Isaiah. That would be crippling.
I can't bank on the Yankees don't win World Series no more. So until I see that one, I can't go in all on that one. So I can get off let this go cold as it can. But the Mets get the bragging rights. It'll be crippling to watch because they're going to show that in the end, the Yankees still don't have the starting pitching that you need to win a World Series. I know Garrett Cole's been up and down, but I can't really trust in him. I'm not really banking on him to be amazing in this postseason run until he has to play the Astros because I think he'll have some revenge games against them. But I'm going to ride the best 2 set of aces in the postseason. And it's by March. It's really by hair because LA's got some dogs in their bullpen in their rotation too. But I guess a couple of those guys are hurt. So I'm going to go with the Mets over the Yankees in the Subway Series, World Series. I know
that would be so bad, Isaiah. So bad. Anyway, I'm going with the Yankees because I need the Yankees to win a World Series with Aaron Judge because then it won't hurt as bad when he leaves for $400 billion.
He'll stay if they win. That's the problem. If they don't win, he's leaving. So let me not jinx it. Why you gotta jinx? Let's just get over one bugaboo at a time. Beat Houston in the CS and go to the World Series, and then maybe they'll still pay him if they do that. But anything less than a World Series
with $300 million on a team, sheesh.
You need a championship to be. You need a championship to be doing that.
Have to. World Series MVP.
Jacob deGrom's a free agent too.
Yep.
But I'm gonna go with Mad Max Scherzer because last year he went out sad in the postseason, and I know he's gonna want to come back with a better fire. And I've seen him do it for the Nationals. We've seen him do it for the Dodgers. He's battle tested. He's gonna want a revenge for last season. So Matt Scherzer is the king of New York, and if this really does come true, it's gonna be sad.
I will be. I will be so devastated, dude. But I'm gonna go. Garrett Cole is gonna go off against the Astros in the ALCS. Garrett Cole will get the ALCS MVP, and then the bad man that he is, Aaron Judge, will win the World Series MVP. Please, God, don't let this age like milk. Let it age like a fine wine, please.
Yeah, because if it ages like milk, it's gonna look bad because I didn't pick the Yankees, and they still flamed out, and I'm gonna be even more disappointed. But we both couldn't come here and pick the Yankees to go all the way, and I haven't seen it enough, so I'm gonna save the bias for y'all and just say the Yankees losing the World Series to the Mets. I can accept that one. I can actually accept that one.
Oh my God, dude.
If the Yankees lose any other match, if they lost any other way in the first round, in the DS or if they don't go to the World Series, I can't accept that. I can't accept the Yankees not going to another World Series. So that's not an option for me. They have to go to the World Series. So the best
lose
case
to anyone but the Mets, bro. But the Mets.
I can't see them lose to the Dodgers. That's the one that would hurt me. So I can't see them lose to the Dodgers because Boston gave them Mookie Betts, and then the Nationals gave him Trey Turner. So I don't want to see him lose to the Dodgers, and I really would hate to see him lose to San Diego without Fernando Tatis. So that would be pretty bad.
San Diego not getting there. So yeah, San Diego is the toughest road.
I mean, they're going the same road the Mets are going. So, and then would you want to see the Phillies beat the Yankees again in our lifetime in the World Series?
The Yankees beat the Phillies.
No, in 2008 they beat us.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You wiped that on what you already wiped that out of your head.
That's been blacked out.
And St. Louis and Atlanta won it last year. So yeah, anything less than the Yankees losing the World Series to the Mets is gonna hurt me. It's gonna hurt me a lot. So that's the least painful option that doesn't end with the Yankees winning the World Series. But but I will be rooting for Eric's prediction clearly. Yeah, I just don't want to double jinx it. And
I had to, dude. I have to. If not, when? If not now.
You sound like a Cowboys fan. If not, when?
All right. Well, I guess that's it. I mean, we'll try to come in for at the end of each of these series. I think
hope that we don't have to come back and say something and apologize.
Yeah.
For terrible picks. That's what we're gonna hope.
Yes, I think the wild card ends Sunday. I think Game 3 is Sunday or something like that.
Okay, they gotta compete with football. They couldn't get that on like Saturday or Monday.
Dude, brother, you got to get these games in.
They're probably hoping that these series are over.
Quick, 2 and 2.
2 and 2. But yeah, we'll be back definitely after every round, hoping to either brag or cry a lot.
There will be a therapy session there might be a therapy session.
Remember to like, comment, subscribe, share, interact. We need 5 tools to get us through this postseason for sure. I'll catch you next time.